And here we go for the PC Gaming Show. They did a custom spaceship.
Nice.
Here's day 9. We got no
I got no audio.
I got no audio, yeah.
There's no audio. Boy, it's gonna be a long show if there's no audio.
Somebody needs to hit the button in OBS.
They DMCA'd the audio, so we can just have pictures now.
Hey, Frankie's back. Good.
DevBot's here. Nice.
There we go.
You have audio? I don't have audio.
It just kicked in.
Yeah, it just kicked in.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. What had happened is it muted me again.
Yeah, I think they restarted it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Situation calamitous.
Sean!
Situation calamitous. Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, DevBot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is going to be announced this year!
4, 3, 2.
90 minutes later.
It is so good to be back, gang, and this year, we're in space!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Happy to be remotely on board, Sean.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to finance this year's PC gaming show by, you know, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely no real-world consequences. Hey, Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Sean, I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
I can't wait for this year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch.
Already had a hitch.
DevBot, could you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running hitch scan.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Yeah!
So what's the plan, Cap?
Well, Frankie, DevBot's gonna send you the coordinates for your first target, now. Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games to beam down to the fine people on Earth.
Mission received.
Now, this is gonna continue until all the targets are acquired and our mission is completed smoothly and without a hitch. Isn't that right, DevBot?
Yes, no hitches located, Sean. Not a single hitch in sight.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Oh, planet Earth.
Oh, great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets
Get to go
in the
right up on
whole
stage.
galaxy.
Nice.
It's all right.
And thank God that teleporter was conveniently built just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again. Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a showcase of some of the most exciting upcoming PC titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show, we are going to
Could be
tell
interesting
you
to see
how
if
to
they
win a
actually
custom
did manage to
MechWarrior
land
5
anything
themed
new.
PC powered by
Yeah.
Intel. So
I'm ready
you're
for
going to
some
want
good
to stick around for that.
RTSs or...
Now, make sure to keep out a special look for a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which you can get a ticket to get Civilization 6 Platinum Edition for just $10.
Wow.
But right now, we're gonna kick things off with Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
That's pretty. I haven't get to see this as much, but it's pretty.
So we have a samurai hack and slash battle royale? Or is this already out?
Says play test.
Yeah.
It kind of has Blade and Soul feels, don't it? A little bit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
Okay, so okay. Just play test.
Interesting.
Okay.
You are watching the 2021 PC Gaming Show, and I am the new cloud-based Deadbot. I am streaming from GeForce Now, NVIDIA's cloud gaming service that connects PC gamers like you to their own library of games, purchased from digital stores like Steam and the Epic Games Store. Coming up, Dying Light 2 and Orcs Must Die 3. But first, a trailer for Humble Games' Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android.
Did either of you guys catch that
iOS.
Dying Light 2 presentation from like a week ago?
To learn more.
I think maybe I did. Or maybe caught it on watching it again on Twitter or something like that. World premiere.
Was it good? My son
Yeah.
actually asked me about that earlier today.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll have to tell him to watch
best
it.
players the school has ever seen. Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
Speaking of dodgeball, did either of you guys check out that EA dodgeball game?
No, but I have a friend. Well, my friend is playing some kind of a dodgeball game on PlayStation. Is it the same one?
Yeah, it's called Knockout City.
Yeah, Knockout.
Yes. He's been all about that game.
Pretty good.
For those that checked into it, I've heard good things about it. Like they're enjoying it. Like they're not leaving it. Dodge market.
Make sure to check out Dodgeball Academia out soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure, whatever you say, Sean. I agree with whatever you say.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy. Has something rusted your ports?
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of Torn Banner Studios.
Hey guys, Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2.
I actually
which
tried
just
the open
launched
beta
5
on this.
days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show.
Not really my
Chivalry
kind of
2,
game.
if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like the first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows, and players are fighting it out on these huge 64-player battlefields. It's all about creating those epic sword-fighting duels that you see in medieval Hollywood movies, and also that huge clash, the Battle of the Bastards kind of chaos and carnage. So the post-launch support plan is going to
Are
look
those
like a
all
mixture
people?
of mid and
Yeah.
massive
Yep,
level
64
content
versus,
updates that coming
yeah,
out across this
32
year.
versus
One of the things
32.
we're most excited about
I'll
is taking
take
to
my
different
Elder
eras in the
Scrolls
medieval
Online,
period. Before we've done the early period, now we're going
World
closer to the
versus
later
World
period
PvP, thank
in
you.
the upcoming update where you're going to get
We
a
got
bit more
catapults,
refined medieval armor, some
trebuchets and
refined atmospheres that you can
ballistas.
then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over. But we really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually do when they go into a space. And when you come across these pristine gardens and this beautiful castle, you get to tear it all down and cause it's a canvas for your destruction.
Slay them all!
Our passion
passion for Chivalry 2 is basically bottom line. It's the game that got us onto the scene and started the company, and it's the game that's going to take us so much further.
With the
I mean, if you're a big fan of like a medieval
game at
war
launch
simulator
is a foundation. It's
from
intentionally been
first or
built
third
to be
person, it's probably the
extended.
best game out there.
It's not just
but it's
out
just
and done. We're going to support it a lot with
You gotta be in-
content.
yeah, you got to be into that thing where it's like
coming out post-launch.
you're gonna
Gallincard
die a
is gonna
lot
take
and then
us
respawn
to
and
the
go
high
into something and then
medieval
die
times
again,
or the late
respawn.
medieval
Is,
times.
you know.
It really captures the Agathian.
From what I heard,
ideals
it's
of being
much
this, like,
easier to get in
noble, rich,
Chivalry 2
wealthy
than it
place
is
where prosperous live.
a
You're gonna
medieval
feel
simulator
like,
like
you're sieging
Mordhau.
London if it was
Yes.
on a port where ships could dock into. You'll also be blowing up a couple
If I remember
ships,
correctly.
which is fun.
It's much easier to get into and
We've got a
understand
ton
the
of weapons
mechanics
coming in
of
at
it.
launch, but there'll be more and more added to it post-launch as
Saying
well.
to you all that
A new
the
fighting style
developers
is
are a
really
bunch
gonna
of very
change up the
youngins.
experience and change how you have to fight
That's
everyone.
just me.
Post-launch
this one,
content
very
is something that
youngins.
we're going to be working on for a long time.
The game is really going to at least double in size for free.
Available now.
Yeah, it came out, I want to say last week.
Next up, we have an exciting look at Dying Light 2, and make sure to stick around to find out how you could win a custom Mech Warrior PC from our friends at Intel.
Does it walk? Wait, I'm confused. Didn't they just say Dying Light 2?
I did.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Is this like a leader?
What is this? Oh, this is ramen.
Yeah, it's a really weird name for a game. Yo, you guys want to play some ramen? Kind of like Splatoon mixed with Knockout City.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very cute. It also has kind of a Mario kind of feel to it a little bit there too. The graphics and the jumping and the, you know.
What was that noise again?
Yeah, you only get it one time.
Hi, my name is Piotr Szymanek. I'm narrative director in Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Today, especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna
Poor
tell
guy
you
seems very
a little bit
uncomfortable.
about the Dying Light universe. So, stay tuned. Every tragedy begins somewhere. This one started with a virus that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part of the game, and it reached the whole world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a mistake, a huge mistake. The chemicals mixed with water penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage. Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops. A new order has been born in the city. People live on rooftops, monsters in the streets. Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down. Well, let's say almost nobody. The exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me, guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you.
And we
Let
need
me
your
tell
money.
you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us. What could I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
We meet Aiden as one of the many, many children undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing Aiden remembers from that time is extreme pain, then a fire, and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures. The difficult choices to make as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
I actually don't like that release date. I don't like when major games come out in December. It's kind of like where you send games to go to like die. Because you're not up for any awards when you release that late.
Ooh, that was Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew. Well, we are here back on the E3 stage so we can get closer to your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in.
Fallen Order
And as
released
you're
in
watching this year,
December?
we want to get your
'Cause it
input on
wasn't
a
up for
subject
any
that
awards
It was like
you're passionate
late
about,
November,
PC
past
building.
the
So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based
past
on
the
MechWarrior 5.
point of no return,
but
essentially.
we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show.
I'd
Powered
go with
by
the
the
red
11th
one.
Gen Intel Core i9
Blue.
processor.
That is correct. Each of the prototype PCs
Missile
that you
pods.
see before you on the screen are paired with one of the 6 factions of MechWarrior 5. The Free Worlds League, the Draconis Combine, the Federated Sons, the Compellin Confederation, and more.
So cast your vote now for which faction and custom PC
There you
you
go,
want
chat.
to
Go to
win,
that link.
and help us pick the best design.
I'm currently personally pulling for the Draconis Combine because, as you can see by my beautiful patch, I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios' upcoming strategy game,
here we go.
Humankind.
Yeah, I've been looking at this one.
In Humankind,
It's a
you will be
Civilization
creating a
style
civilization
game.
as unique as you are. And speaking of unique, it's me, Frankie Ward. Looking kind of good, don't you think? Wondering how I got into the game? Let me show you. Are you ready to play against me? Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like.
Wow.
I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
I think Burt Black also has an avatar in this game.
Really?
He's like the
Get
pirate
ready to
faction
play
or whatever.
Against me in the Humankind closed beta, starting now.
Interesting. Oh, August.
Frankie's a very nice lady, chat. Now, this game I have never seen.
Side-scrolling roller?
Looks cool.
It kind of looks like Mark of the Ninja, but better. Wondering if it's more like Dead Cells, so it's like a roguelike.
They always run.
Oh, look at that shot. That's pretty.
Coming soon.
Write that one down.
Thank you for watching the PC Gaming Show. My name is DevBot, your cloud-based artificial intelligence, and while it could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library
I'm
of
interested to see whether or not we get to see the MMO from League of Legends people.
Yeah.
But first,
Ooh, is this finally coming to PC?
Orcs Must Die?
Well, the first two, Stadia got exclusivity for a while, which is nice because I was able to grab it for free.
Hey! You want it?
But that is, I've always enjoyed playing the Orcs Must Die games.
Come and get it.
July 23rd, putting that down.
Well, it's about time.
Joining me to talk about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die series all about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts.
You play as the
and
orcs or the
player has
heroes?
to stop them.
The
we
heroes.
give players tons of weapons and
They
traps
had
and
a,
tools to do this. And while you're defending the rifts, you can
kind of
play
a
solo
multiplayer
or
one
you
where you
can
could play as
invite
either.
a friend and play co-op.
But they went back to the roots with Orcs Must Die
Now,
3.
since this is the third game in the series,
Let's
what's
see,
new
they had
compared to
Orcs Must Die
previous
1,
two
2,
There are
Unleashed,
two
which was
new
the multiplayer where you
campaigns,
could
but
play
the main new
either.
story campaign
They didn't really
takes
get into
place
that,
about
and then came back
25
with
years
3,
after
which
Orcs
is
Must Die 2,
back to its
so
roots.
Not only will the fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the order,
have
but
incorporated
they will
even
also
bigger
place
contraptions that
some
you
new
can utilize
heroes
to
in our
stop the
all-new
horde from
war
getting to you,
scenarios, which are these new
and
massive
2 new heroes.
levels where
So
you fight
I
hundreds
really
of
enjoyed
orcs on the battlefields outside of the fortress themselves. So you're fighting indoors and outdoors, which is pretty new. We have a new mode called Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
I want to know about the toys. What are the new weapons and the new traps that are coming?
We added war machines and war guardians. So a war machine is like, there are these massive traps, like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire at giant orc armies. And then the War Guardians are, it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks and their own special abilities.
Well, I gotta ask then, when and where can we play Orcs Must Die 3?
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and pre-orders start today. So you should rush off to Steam now and put OMD3 on your wish list.
Well, thank you so much
That's the
for
key word
joining
for
us,
these indie
Jerome
games
K.
is
Jones.
wish list.
Once again, just a
Yes,
few more weeks to wait for
that's
Orcs
going on
Must
my
Die
wish
3.
list.
For now, though, it's time for us to take a look at Vampire
There
the
you go.
Masquerade Swan Song.
What? What?
Vampire the Masquerade?
What?
Not Bloodlines 2.
5.
Did we know about this one?
6.
I don't think we did.
7.
Nope.
8.
I did know there was another studio doing another Vampire the Masquerade, and I was confused.
Where are you hiding, sweetie? Halsey. Halsey, get out here. You come for me and mine. But first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Is that so much to ask?
Swan song. No date.
Hello, this is CERN from Passion Republic Games. We are a Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes. Today, we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our oversized characters in action. Please, enjoy the brawl.
Getting a big, it's a War of Monsters mixed with Super Smash Bros. In kind of the styles.
I see this being very targeted to Asian, the Asian market. Just reminds me because Super Smash Brothers is huge over there. I know it is here too, but oh, look at it, it's Voltron, y'all.
Get to destroy the city, have super up powers.
Yeah, and then they combined there and they pulled out their big giant sword. But a Malaysian studio, that's cool.
No date.
Let's check out a trailer for Lemnis Gate and make sure you hang around afterwards for the developer interview with Sean.
Mankind is
facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
a major scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first, we must go back.
So apparently that vampire game is a narrative, story-driven game where you're actually playing as 3 different vampires.
Huh.
And you're like interweaving their stories and stuff.
I mean, that's cool, but the whole thing with the Vampire the Masquerade is that you get to pick your class and, you know,
yeah, it does say that
you're
each
female
one
or male, and you get to character customization.
Protect and serve.
So that's good, but if they think that's going to make people happy about the fact that Bloodlines 2 is not coming, they are
You
sadly
have only
mistaken.
one mission.
Well, it's a different studio, so
I know, but
Activate the Lemnis
Paradox
Gate.
owns the IP, so had to go through them.
yeah. Well, somebody just wrote them a really big check and said, "Hey, can we use your IP?"
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the
Yeah.
game director from Rat Loop Games Canada.
still
It's James
salty
Anderson. Thanks for
about
joining
the whole
us, James.
thing.
Oh, Sean's great to be
And
here.
I
Let's begin
blame
by
the
asking,
publisher
what the
like
heck is a
hardcore.
first-person
so.
shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you'll play for 25 seconds turn by turn, So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds. And then we, turn by turn, layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example, I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept my operative before he threw the grenade. So we have Retrieve XM, Seek and Destroy, Classic Deathmatch, and we have a game mode with Domination.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our moves.
When and where can we play it?
So Lemons Gate will be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam, and we're coming up to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console, both current and next-gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate. Now, we're not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called common.
Yeah, on that last game, I know there's a couple other games that have tried that whole, you have 30 seconds to do something, and then you pause this kind of thing. And
Space Rebels.
Just if they can pull it off and make it stick.
yeah, because I know there was one that tried it, and they failed and had to shut down.
I mean, it just seems very complicated. It's very strategy, I would think. You have to think about what you're going to do. That's just not average gamers. I mean...
So I guess this game is, they're trying to go for the Kerbal people.
But like, you're building it in Garage.
Yeah. You got Kerbal Space Program, which is really popular, which is like this, where you're building a ship, trying to launch it.
You up for it?
Then come on in.
You guys just saw Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did. Last break, we set up our Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now, with Davion, Russell Haig, and Liao being eliminated. So we're up to those factions, press F to pay respects,
Oh, man,
etc.,
mine didn't
etc.
make it.
Now that we means that we only
Kid,
have
yours
3
is,
houses
yours is
left.
number-
Karita,
actually,
Steiner, and Merrick.
since that's number
So
2, what's
make
number
sure
1?
to vote now, because the winner will determine the build of the custom MechWarrior 5 themed
Well,
PC.
I thought number
powered
2
by
was the
Intel.
actual number 2.
So let's
That's
keep the
first
show
place,
moving. And
right?
next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG.
Yeah, 42%.
This
The
is
red
War
one is
Tales.
42%, so that's number 1 at this time, it looks like.
Huh. Oh,
Mine
okay.
was the orange. I
100
voted
years have
orange.
passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
Okay.
This looks like it could be something.
Yeah.
Turn-based strat. Maybe some town building or something. Very D&D-esque.
Uh-oh. He did.
Ooh, look at that big monster in the back. Did you see that?
Yeah.
2021. All right, I'm intrigued.
I'm gonna check that out.
That was the debut of War Tales, an open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so make sure you keep voting for the PC build you like the most and head over to PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So, how about another game announcement? This is E3 after all, and this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of other failed expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So here is your first look at Ixion.
All right. If it's made well, could be good.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater.
He looks blue.
We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore.
Does this have a trailer for Starfield?
Because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Oh, so he's supposed to be like a Jobs type.
We're gonna destroy the moon.
What they did.
Okay then.
You called it. Wait, Kidley, did you know something?
Nope.
Blink once for yes, twice for no. Okay.
That just makes me more confused at the end of that trailer, but whatever.
I still don't even know what type of game it is. Great trailer, you got us hooked. What movie is this? Oh, it's a game. Got it. Changing times.
Yeah, very neat art style.
What if for one segment I was the lead and you were my sidekick?
What? Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
There are plenty of human sidekicks, Sean. Building list of known human sidekicks. Alex Vance, And
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye, aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
You know, the one thing I will say about indie games is you see a lot of different art styles.
Yes. And how they execute on them and the different styles, the types of games that they're bringing into it.
So this is like Crusader
Medieval
Kings,
Sims?
the anime version.
Yes.
That's that meme. That's exactly what this is. It's Crusader Kings. JT just said Crusader Kings meets a dating sim.
Yes.
I mean, there's not enough dating sims, so
yeah,
that's a winning strategy.
Oh, Killing Floor. Okay, I was like, what are we looking at? Oh, Killing Floor.
A little help would be appreciated.
It's the PC Gaming Show, and when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForceNow.com to grab a priority membership trial. In celebration of gaming's biggest week, you can try out all the priority benefits, including faster access to playing your favorite games, longer playtimes, and the glory of high-performance gaming with RTX On. Act fast, the special offer is only available for a limited time. Still more to come, including Jurassic World Evolution 2, Silt, and a word from Valve. But first, the captain of our program, Sean Day9 Plot, has an interview with Darian Katz from Piranha Games to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'll be taking notes.
Ah, DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and joining us to do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager, Darren Katz. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic. There's a ton of games in it. I even played MechWarrior 2 back in 1995.
I don't think I've ever played a MechWarrior game.
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back. But in particular, MechWarrior 5
By the way,
pays
chat,
homage
that's
to
what I'm going to look
MechWarrior
like
2
in 20
Mercenaries.
years.
But it has all this modern design and technology that I'm
I can
super
see it.
excited to talk about with you
Like,
today.
just take the
Well,
beard,
let's start
put
at
it up.
the
There it
real
is.
basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become a part of your machine.
I've worn the
And
beanie
when
so
you're
much
out in
it just
battle, it's
turned
not
gray.
just a matter of pointing and shooting at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot of energy weapons or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want, well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to take out its legs or take out its arm weapons so that the pilot has to eject, and then you can just take the mech.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content, both updates to the base game and a new DLC, Heroes of the Inner Sphere. Talk to me about what's in the DLC.
Boy, there's a lot in the DLC. I'm excited about all this stuff. There's the new career
game's
mode.
already out then?
When you start with the DLC, you can
Must be,
import your
if they're talking about
campaign
DLC.
previously if you'd like to, or you can start over from scratch and start from any of the great houses. and then carve your path through the galaxy from there. Speaking of paths, there's new career paths, which earn you powerful upgrades for your battle mechs, and it's a really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead.
Only $30.
This is a big one for me. Beachhead is basically you're clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force.
Reviews.
So as you land on the planet, you're wanting to take out satellite installations.
I mean, I guess that doesn't surprise me. Any people like mech games.
You're taking out
you're a big robot shoot tanks.
Emplacements. You're basically clearing the path, as I said, for your invasion force, which leads to a really cool ending of the mission if you succeed as your
would like to see a little bit more dating sims, but
that's maybe
sorry, they don't have a MechWarrior dating sim.
I bet you they could make one.
And then there's a lot
is
of
a
new
MechWarrior dating
and
sim.
weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment like Beagle Active
JT,
Probe,
what's the name of that game? Do you know?
Like a turbo boost for mechs. New weapons like chem lasers, mech rifles, and stream SRMs. So a lot of new content.
I think we saw another content creator play
what are
it.
the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chief.
I mean, if you can get all them people to play a dating sim with birds.
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very unique mech. It's got the nickname the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a specific target, if you're on an assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back out. Another mech that I'm super excited about, this is one of my favorites, is the Marauder 2. This thing is a 100-ton assault mech, and it is just a beast. Yeah, it is gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked about before, modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen develop?
Hey guys. There's simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion mods. We've got basically a Mech Commander mod in development that is just amazing. That's a top-down, real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine, somebody out there in the community is probably working on.
Where can people go?
Wait,
to
I
get
wish
MechWarrior
somebody
5
would be able to mod
Yeah, you can pick it up on
Destiny's
Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course Xbox.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And of course, a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
Silt.
Interesting.
I like the art style already. So you use other things to accomplish puzzles, to solve puzzles? Is that it?
Looks like it.
Interesting. It is really pretty.
Okay.
Wish list now.
Good Neighbor 2. Or Hello
I was
Neighbor.
gonna say that's what it feels like from here.
Yep.
Also, he's decided he gonna get the real story.
Huh. Oh, got him.
It's coming out this year. It's just we don't know when.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Following the incredible success of the first game, we are very excited to return to such an amazing world and bring you our most authentic experience yet. Set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff Goldblum. You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar as you explore new, stunning locations across the globe. Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
I don't think that quite is be able to be applied here, but we'll go with it.
I'm trying to find the name of that game, and I don't
all the warnings.
Oh, the Mech Warrior dating sim.
Forgot the lessons. We abused.
I need to play more of them because I really do like them, but it's like my favorite thing to do if there's a romance option in a video game.
Like it was a toy. We weren't careful. And now, here we are. This is a very different world.
Could you have sea dinosaurs?
In the last one?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
No. Okay.
You just saw Jurassic World Evolution 2, and you know, after all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam now for release later this year. Now, with all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chatter on social media is all about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive have cooking. Take it away.
I'm not sure. I know the next one starts at 7. Or the next one starts at the top of the hour.
Yeah. I think 6:30-ish. Is this the multi-game montage?
Looks that way.
Looks like it.
To answer your question, chat, the game I'm looking for is a mech-based, or yeah, it's a mech anime-based story game where you play multiple characters and I think multiple timelines. It was one of Ko's favorite games, I want to say last year.
That's it. We hate money.
It just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic new Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave.
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course, the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's really great, Dave. Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe Newell.
JT, 13 Sentinels.
I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
What? I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me. You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look, he doesn't even go here. Is everything okay, Dave? Not now, Mom, I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his book? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull. PC Gamer. This isn't over.
We spent a year on this.com.
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Welcome to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam. During the week of the festival, developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Time to put on the gamer pants. Let's go.
Oh my God. So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Oh, fuck. Some of those look pretty good.
This looks kind of interesting.
Yeah. Solstice. Wish list.
I will
That's
later.
funny.
Hello, Sean.
Yeah, there was actually, I can't remember if it was from Jason Schreier or who it was, but he was saying that for these indie devs, you definitely want to wish list their games if they look interesting because they're tracking all those numbers.
Neither. That's
and it really helps them out.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep
Some
frame
hardware
rates
that you
high
probably
and the
can't
rays
get.
accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely.
What?
It's not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel. Direct drive wheelbases gets you as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, having to huff gas.
If I'm going to build me a car
historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved dropping real car money on your rig. So Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which still isn't exactly a bargain, but it's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the One X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality. Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an Intel Tiger Lake chip with Xe graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more, so expect major advances
rumor is
still
that
to
Valve's
come.
working on one of these.
Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor with all of the trimmings, but it's actually one of the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast,
has been my
but brighter
solution to that,
than
but
the sun.
I was gonna say cloud
Stare at it
gaming.
long enough, and you might not
That's
notice
what's
the
hard to
$3,000
argue
price
those
tag.
points.
For those
to
of you still
get
outstanding,
that,
it's
either
time
have
for
the
more
Switch,
killer games, starting
or
with
you have
Chaos
cloud
Gate.
gaming.
Yep.
Warhammer. What are we looking at?
Which Warhammer game? They actually had a Warhammer they had a Warhammer stream earlier, like last week, that showed like 6 games.
Really?
Yep. I'm sure this is one of them.
What is it? Chaos Gate.
Show me some more Darktide.
Or like Dawn of War 4. But then again, Dawn of War 3
you just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, the newest Warhammer 40k game from Frontier and Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management, brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation 100 times, make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters on Steam now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
Афганистан сильно изменил вас. Наверное, это тяжело нести на себе такое бремя. Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы. Лучше скажите мне, а вы приняли условия острова? Какой ценой вы хотите обрести счастье?
устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки выживания. Слушай, нет, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны наши ребята. Да, они, возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо найти их.
I'm getting about all the words. Of course, I'm reading the subtitles.
Oh, I don't have subtitles on. I'm going from my what little Russian I still remember.
It's kind of weird that they're on this one. How they're doing the subtitles.
Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся. Поэтому нам так плохо. Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя!
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам прощальное послание, товарищ Волков. Химическое оружие уже уехало в могилу. Теперь все, что вы делаете, просто тщетно.
Ах, вы поганые предатели!
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. All right, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning
Chat
with a
says
special
that Warhammer
transmission
game we were
from one of our
looking at is a
favorite
squad
games
turn-based
based in
game.
space, EVE Online.
Okay.
EVE Online.
New recruits. On behalf of Concord,
the spreadsheet
I'd like to
game.
welcome you to the EVE Online's Academy. Great job in surviving so far. Quite
That's
amazed
why
that
I've
you
never
actually managed
played
to
it.
get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like
Yeah.
no other. The Star Cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up
It's
to
just
you. if you
mind blowing
work
that
with them
the
or
people have
against
played through where
them.
you
can
get
make
the
a
big
living
battles
as a peaceful
and they say
explorer.
actions can
Or
take
as an
minutes
industrialist,
to complete.
shaping the foundations of EVE's
With
economy.
entire battles
If
taking
competition
hours
fails,
or good chunks
you
of
can
the
work
day to
yourself up the
fully
ranks
complete
as an
because of the server lag.
Or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier.
Yeah, EVE is a really interesting
Whatever your
story.
choice,
Every
we
once in a
will lose
while,
many on the path
you'll hear a
of
story
becoming
like,
soldier.
"Oh, there's a big battle that
But I
happened, and
believe
like
you have
5
what it
million
takes
in
to
real,
become a capsuleer.
you know,
In EVE
monies,
Online,
you know,
you
were lost
forge
because they
your
lost so
own
many
path.
capital ships
This
or
is
whatever."
EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I've seen some Twitch streams that happen, and they do like an intergalactic news network thing with like hackers and
kind of putting the pieces
all kinds of
together.
stuff.
Yeah,
They just report on what's happening in the game.
And that ship basically is the dream.
I've heard
You
other
get to use
stories
cloaking
because,
devices,
like they were
probes to
saying a
scan
minute
down
ago, it's
unknown parts
like
of space.
faction-based or
There's
like
always the threat of
industry-based,
being
and
discovered by another player.
like
who
one
might be out
faction will
hunting
take a
explorer.
person and actually send them undercover to another faction for like
Your
a
heart's
year.
racing, everything, you know,
And play like
bullets
a big
are flying,
spy
ships are all over
game
the
and
place,
sabotage your
and
shit.
You start
It's
shaking
just
because your
like-
adrenaline's pumping because you're gonna lose your shit.
EVE Academy. All right.
They made it look really cool there, but it is literally a spreadsheet game.
Yes.
It's crazy. I tried it once and I'm like, no.
I'm not even gonna. If I want to hear about the story, I'll just sit down and watch a video.
right, here we go.
World premiere.
Tiny Tim?
Okay, are they trying to do the cartoon version of Grounded?
Well, it's like Grounded, but Pikmin.
He's destroying his Pikmin.
I'm kind of digging this. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what you did. I mean, there's a lot of mine that drowned in first flames. I really wanted that artifact. This is really cool.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survivor Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego World Premiere, w którym znajduje się ekskluzywny gameplay z misji The Haste, czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Chernobylite.
How do I enter that power plant?
We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you.
Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant. Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Oh, I've actually heard good things about that game.
Don't go anywhere, because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Games Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games.
Hey, it's nice. One show promoting another one.
In 2021 and beyond.
Yeah.
It's all
good for them.
by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth development.
Everybody likes Troy Baker
So
and
once
Laura
we're
Bailey.
done here on the PC Gaming Show, make sure you check it out.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
Another one? Okay.
I've heard that game is good. Regalia of Men and Monarchs. I think I own it, but I've never played it. Oh, it's a Kickstarter game.
Icarus. Oh, I remember this one.
Was this at last year's?
Yeah. Pretty much you land and then survival, gather resources around you.
It's crazy how popular this genre is. There's so many games like this being made.
I mean, you have games like Valheim that just they come out just swinging. I should say not swinging. They just come out of the gate and just blew everybody's mind. Everybody was getting it 6 million sales in what was it, 6 weeks? It was just huge. You know, everybody loves it as long as you can execute on it. People want it. People love this survival stuff. I mean, and then on top of that, the customizations of you get to build whatever you want as long as you get the resources. Heck yeah, I'll play it. I want it.
In a future of endless futile war, desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. In this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets, maybe if you can infiltrate the faction, rob the syndicates,
I was gonna say,
keep
did
your
you get
team
a
together,
blast?
stay
Mine
alive.
picked up too.
I feel like mine is still a little up.
I'm actually gonna refresh the stream.
Mechajama.
I might get hit with an ad.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final 2 beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel.
Oh, come on,
Wherever
Blue.
you're watching in the show, just go crazy
Pull
in
out
chat with the
pull out
color,
the-
house, or 2 vote. But there are still some trailers left. So here
Win.
is The Wandering Village.
2 trailers left. Okay. I don't know if it's possible or not, but in the future, I wonder if there's a way that I could gift you guys Twitch Turbo. With Twitch Turbo, you don't see any ads.
I never really got into it because all the ones that I don't get ads for, I'm sub to. So
Yeah.
Wandering Village.
This has been such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind. For no particular reason.
Right.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait for Lemnis Gate, because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy, first-person shooter game even
Didn't
is.
we already see a trailer for this though?
I love the robot apocalypse. But wait,
On this gate?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was that one, that time jumping one.
Never mind. What did you say?
Oh, they're just talking about the games they liked?
Yeah.
Malfunctioning. Well, sending the next trailer now.
I got confused there for a second. This is kind of cool looking.
This was on one of yesterday's conferences.
Okay, but Matt, did he just like throw up and then pick it up and say just what I needed?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought I saw.
Death trash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was intriguing, right? It was like a 16-bit
the moment we have building up to all PC gaming showcase.
shooter.
Thanks to your
I mean,
tireless efforts to
that's
spam
clever.
the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build. So thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC gaming show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum
Oh, did
roll?
it?
Oh, wow.
Tom roll.
Can I get it?
Blue came up.
Yeah, COVID only.
Oh, come on. No, I call rigged.
All right, you guys, let's
I
take
call
a
rigged.
look at the actual PC
Let's
winning
recount the
build
vote
one
there.
more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here it
need
comes.
to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is. Now that
Could you
is
imagine
a
having that
beauty.
sitting up underneath your
Great
computer?
choice, everyone.
I mean,
knew I could
underneath
trust
your desk.
Random strangers to vote on things on the internet.
It'd be on
With
this
the
like
help of our
platform
master
over here.
modern
There would be
next
this
to
a
the-
whole bunch of chunky dirt and crap all up in them.
Now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it. Go to PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 and enter
Which reminds
for a
me, I
chance
need to
to
vacuum
win
out mine.
that sexy machine.
It's gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor.
There you go, chat.
this
Enter in for that one.
sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom Mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Ah, well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return
They have like 9 minutes to wrap this up.
First
Yeah,
up,
they do.
a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
Oh, yeah, I remember this game. I remember this looking good a couple years ago.
Coffee stone. Okay.
So are you a giant?
No, it's just the way that it's
Or-
displayed on the map.
Okay.
That's generally how these hero games are. And then it's turn-based combat.
Oh,
That'll tell you right now why I don't know about these games.
But yeah, generally how the Heroes of Might and Magic games were is you would start out with like a level 1 hero and like a level 1 castle or town. And then from there you're like leveling up your hero and you're leveling up your town. And you're recruiting creatures to help you out. So it's basically kind of like a big RPG, generally without a story though. So I don't know if this one's going to have a story or what.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again? Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice.
We've seen this one before. It
Do
kind
the
of looks
work,
familiar.
Get paid.
I don't remember it.
You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
Wake up, sleeper. Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself here.
Huh, it's kind of
They
weird.
don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted. Break their locks. Access their secrets. We are waiting.
I'd like to see more on that.
Disciples of Warlock. With their guns.
Room clearing
and their
boomstick.
spells. And their grit. Ready for plenty of hurt.
Vertical.
Ready to cleanse the world. Invaded
Okay.
by demons. Introducing Band of Warlocks.
Band of Warlocks.
Because this time, one man is not enough.
Project Warlock.
Project Warlock 2.
And there you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show. And as I stated at the beginning, it went off without a hitch. Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of course, my incomparable sidekick, DevBot.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait,
Aha, I
you
see.
can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deborah, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure half my free's gonna be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now, Dum-Dums.
Richard, nice. All right, so they're going the Devolver Digital
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the dev.
way.
So you
That was
get, like,
great.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, chat, we've only got a couple minutes until the next show, so we don't have much time to really talk about it. I don't know, did you guys have like a favorite game that was shown there?
Let's see.
I mean, it's very indie heavy.
Yes.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just not generally where I spend my time. Although, of course, I am intrigued about the Vampire, the Masquerade game. I'm cautiously raised eyebrow intrigued about it.
A whole lot of
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
For me, Orcs Must Die 3 coming to PC. Like I said, I played on Stadia. I haven't completely beat it, but I'm a huge Orcs Must Die fan. And then Icarus, because I love that. It looks good. Really want to know how deep it is in the gameplay, like how much, what is the adventure like? What is the story like? How far you can go with building? But just from what I've seen, that's what I want to check out.
Yep. Yeah, They Always Run looked good. War Tales, and yeah, there's a couple other ones, but I'd say for me that was probably the top two. But yeah, just I guess for an indie show, it was pretty solid. There were some good ones in there, but nothing like too crazy. And we're already at a minute countdown for the future gaming show. So yeah, for those who are watching the PC Gamer Show on YouTube, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.